What's up, everybody? So, should you move to Tampa, Florida, or Florida in general? Well, if you like the blue sunny skies and the warm weather all year round, and the palm trees and the oceans, and the blood sucking insects on your neck, and the drivers on the highway that don't use their turn signals, and alligators in your kitchen, no, it's really not that bad. It's not like that. But maybe the warm weather all year round is not for you, and maybe you want to stick with your cold in the north or go in between like Georgia, Texas. Those seem to be like they're not extremely hot, not extremely cold, maybe more in between, but they still get their chill. I wanted to avoid the chill altogether, so I came as far south as I can, Florida. So that is one of the most determining factor in moving to Florida is the weather. So, guys, the number one determining factor is the weather. When it comes to moving to Florida, that's the first and only thing you should think about. Unless you have like a job that's lined up here or a family member you want to move in with, the weather should be the number one thing because Florida is not like this crazy great place. It's a great place to me, but mainly because of the weather. So just like any state, any state has its attractions, yearly events, small cities, big cities, pros and cons. Every state has it, and Florida is no different. So the only difference about Florida is that it's just a little bit more closer to the equator. It's it's surrounded by oceans and lakes and ponds and rivers, which creates a bunch of water activities. And if you're into that kind of thing and it's sounding good to you, then that's probably what you need. You want to go fishing and kayaking and all that stuff all year round and be outdoors all year round, then Florida's the place for that. Because when I was living in Pennsylvania, I would have to wait until spring or summer for to go back outside. So once you've determined that the weather is your number one factor in moving to Florida, the next step is small city or big city. So small city, we have that. We small towns, countryside. If you're into that small city lifestyle, we have that here. You can get the weather and your small city lifestyle, and bam, you'll be happy. Now, if you like the bigger cities, medium-sized city where I live, Tampa, Florida, with high population, high tourists, close to the ocean. I love it over here. Tampa, Florida, family friendly. 4 hours away from Miami in case I want to go partying. 1 hour away from Orlando in case I want to go to Disney World. That's how I see it. I'm in a good central area where I can I can just drive anywhere I need to. But most of the time, I'm gonna be right here. I'm fine right where I'm at. Um, Now, the reason, actually, let me tell you a story. I was born and raised in Reading, Pennsylvania. I lived there for 32 years. Every winter, I would complain that it's cold and I want to move to Florida. Then the summer would come around, like, I don't need to move to Florida, but it's still boring here. I need a change. So that indicated to me that I needed to move. So I could either move and just have a change. I could have moved to Philadelphia, an hour away. And I could have had a big city lifestyle. I could have been a little bit more happier. But then when the winter comes around, I knew I would be complaining again. So I was like, if I'm going to move, I'm moving somewhere warm. What are my options? South California, Florida. That's where I want to go. So now I'm here in Tampa, Florida. I should have came here a long time ago. The weather is what makes me happy. The big city lifestyle is also making me happy because now I have infinite an infinite amount of things to do. There's no way I'm going to be able to cover the rest of the things to do in Florida by the time I die. So I'm happy about that. And now that I'm here, I'm using my GPS everywhere I go. There's new people everywhere. Everybody I meet is brand new. It's a brand new life. It's like a refresh button. So that alone just brings me happiness because even though I was more established in Reading, Pennsylvania, I had more money, a house, and I was just comfortable. Too comfortable where I was scared to move here and leave my friends and family in that comfortable lifestyle. But for some reason, why was I still thinking about moving? Yeah, it's partly the cold winters, but it's also because there was no life there for me. I did everything. Life is experience. Experience is life. If you experience everything there is to experience, you're not going to feel like you're living. That's why you change the environment, and now everything is brand new, new experiences, new interactions. That's what life is to me. And I did it in the environment that I love, which is Florida. So I hope you learned something from my experience. If you have any questions, I'd love to comment. I always reply back to everyone. I always forget something. But thanks for watching, guys.